Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante. First ever in-studio guest.
It's exciting, man.
To the opulent and very high-tech Political Vigilante studios. He can see the blue light of truth shining on the dark night behind him. It's fantastic. The surfboard right here that I go, it's covered in red because I go surfing with Putin.
It's a bot board.
It's a bot board. Yeah. It's my Kremlin puppet board. So it's fantastic to have Ron Placone here.
Hello.
And so we want to talk about this very exciting news of Cory Booker, and this is in CNBC.com. I'll put the link in the show notes below. I'm just going to read this, and then you guys can enjoy the comedy of it. Cory Booker joins Kirsten Gillibrand and other Senate Democrats in rejecting corporate PAC donations. Your thoughts on this, Ron?
You know, well, first of all, I'll start with a positive take.
Okay.
It's very interesting that all of the 2020 hopefuls on the Democratic ticket are trying to emulate the guy we were told could never win.
Well, that's great. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Very interesting how they're emulating the dude that apparently could never win. It's almost like maybe they're subtly telling us, hey, the DNC's thumb was a little on the scalesy.
No.
And,
But there's been no mainstream media coverage of the DNC lawsuit, so it can't be a real thing.
It must not be a real thing.
Russia's a real thing.
Russia's a real thing. Those Facebook ads that 300 people saw, that's a real thing.
The Kremlin surfboard right there, everybody.
Kremlin surfboard. That Kremlin. Jill Stein surfed on that board, too.
God.
She surfed on it. She surfed all the way to Michigan, where she built the barrier in Wisconsin.
She surfed around the Mississippi. She surfed on the Mississippi River down through Minnesota and Wisconsin, and that blocked Hillary's motorcade.
Yeah.
And Julian Assange helped her.
Julian totally helped her. He made the waves with his...
WikiLeaks makes...
all the emails made waves. And it just...
That Jill Stein rode on a board shaped by Putin. This is all fact.
Yes.
Look this up.
Yes. And then she had dinner with Trump, and that's why we are where we are.
That's where.
She had the first American Harvest box. People don't want to talk about that.
No, and she led the "We Never Want a Woman in President" charge. It was all misogyny.
Yeah, she was like, "Don't even vote for me."
Right. I'm running just purely as a smokescreen.
Right.
Coming from Lee Camp and RT. So this is fantastic. No, it's funny you bring up such a fantastic point, which is like Kirsten Gillibrand, and Cory Booker. I'm curious. I'm not. There's no way I'm like, well, maybe the DNC's reforming. I have no faith in that.
They're not. No.
But how is this going to play out? How are they going to actually not take this corporate money? How is that going to sit with the big corporate donors? Like, how does this, you know what I'm saying? Like, as they're all trying to maneuver for 2020, how is this going to, like, what do you see this, how do you see this playing out?
Well, first of all, I think what they want to see happen is I think they want to see something similar to what Bernie Sanders had happen. Which is where you get a bunch of money from a lot of people. And it kind of adds up because people believe. But this is sort of one of those things where it's just like, you know how like there's a really good punk band and they start getting successful because their music's great and they care about stuff and people just want to show up to their shows. And then all of a sudden there's this like kind of punk band that you can tell was thought of in a major label room. This is sort of the same thing playing out. This is a very similar thing where it's just like, they're just like, yeah, we're hip too, kids. And it's like, oh no, we're still going to go see Bad Religion instead. Sorry, we're not into you. We're not into, like, oh yeah, lit never really caught on in that world. The kids, like, there'd always be that band they would force on you at the Warped Tour where they're just like, yeah, they're the same. And it's like, no, they're not the same. They'd be doing bar rock if, like, some executive didn't tell them to do something else. This is similar. Cory Booker will be the person that you skip at Warped Tour. They are the political equivalent of that. They're the person where it's just like, oh, let's take a food break now. Let's get some shade.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? This is dating myself. Let's go to the payphone and check in with our parents now. Let's playing. Cory Booker's giving single payer some bullshit lip service.
Oh, Cory Booker's
gonna go check in with my mom.
I'm gonna go check my pager.
Yeah.
Because Cory Booker is.
It says 911. I'm dating this person. They're high maintenance. I don't know.
This is just. Yeah, this is the fake resistance that is so prevalent with the corporate Democrats, but. If they, so what I guess the question is, if he doesn't get this, because Bernie Sanders was authentic. Mm-hmm. That's why everyone was like, I'll give him $27. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I'll do this. And I'll donate to his campaign because I believe what he's saying. When these people start, it's like that Doritos, that female Doritos executive saying, female Doritos, because women don't like crunchy things. And people are like, what are you talking about? They were in a boardroom and went, boy, let's ride this #MeToo movement with chips. Mm-hmm. Like, it's fucking the dumbest thing. So
let's take all the wrong lessons from this.
Let's not learn anything. So it's interesting because, like, when Tulsi Gabbard did it last spring of 2017, she was smeared by the left.
Yep.
And Tulsi Gabbard, though, was doing it authentically. Tulsi Gabbard, at least in my opinion, she was doing it because she was like, when she was questioning why are we doing another bullshit regime change war with Assad, you know, and I'm a vet. I had friends that did not come back from Iraq. Right. I fought in a bullshit regime change war. So it was very authentic, you know, when she's like, I want to decriminalize marijuana on a national level because it's ridiculous. We have an opioid epidemic. Like, so it feels like you say, she feels legitimate, and then, I mean, Elizabeth Warren, I mean, I guess she can afford to say that because isn't she just another rich kid?
Elizabeth Warren is someone like I so desperately want to be on board with. Like I really do. Like, I'm like, and she'll do something and I'm like, all right, and then she'll do something else and I'm like, damn it. It's like the waltz. She'll be like, yeah, I'm totally in on single payer. Yes, it was rigged. And then it was like, oh, no, it wasn't rigged. Oh, and military budget, no problem. And I'm like,
well, that's the thing.
I want to like you so bad.
I think she's the most dangerous. Because she is she does so many things that you're like, oh, wow, that consumer watchdog group. Like, you go, okay, yeah. And then I'm like, no, this is, I fell for this. With Obama.
You have to be careful.
I'm sorry,
man.
You
have to be careful. It's like that Wells Fargo thing was great, but they were just words.
They were just words. That's the problem with, and that's what I fear this is. It's all show. Well, she gives a fire and brimstone thing that she knows will be on TV. Mm-hmm. That guy still got his $124 million severance package. And he's not in jail.
Well, some people got fired. Oh, wait, it was employees with no money and no power. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, exactly. So that's my thing of, like, right. I think she's so dangerous because some people are like, yeah, she's done these good things. And then that is crack for neoliberals. Let's acquiesce a little bit. Lesser of two evils. You know, come on. Right. So that's what worries the shit out of me with her.
Well, yeah, and that's the lesson to kind of take here. Like, and there's a positive, too. The positive is that these people know that they know where public opinion is. And guess what? Public opinion, that's in our camp. That's what Bernie Sanders really did. I mean, what Bernie Sanders did is that he basically, to those of us that, you know, have been progressive for a very long time and have never felt like we had much of a home, we realized, oh, shit, we're not alone. And for other people, they were just like, oh shit, the Democratic Party doesn't give a fuck about me. And now all of us are finding each other and we're realizing, wait a second, most people feel the way we do. And even more people would feel the way we do if we just adjusted the messaging a little bit and saw through the bullshit paradigms that the corporate media shoves down our throat on a daily basis. More people would feel that way. So that's happening, and they realize that, oh, we have to play this game if we want people to vote for us. And we're like, okay, it's good that you know that. It's good that you know that. But if you think this smoke and mirrors is going to guarantee that we're behind you, it doesn't. And we're still more likely to get behind somebody that's authentic about it. I'm not skipping Nina Turner's set at the frickin' Warped Tour.
Damn right.
I'm not skipping Bernie Sanders' set. Tulsi Gabbard, I have a few concerns about her. I feel like I'm still learning about her, but nonetheless, I ain't going to skip her set. You know, so...
You'll give her a look.
Oh, yeah.
You'll give her a shot.
Yes.
Versus these other folks, you're just like, boo.
Yeah, I see through that. I see through that. Your album was very overproduced.
I felt like somebody wrote your lyrics. I don't feel like you were talking about personal pain and whatever.
Yes, that Black Flag t-shirt came from the shopping mall. You're not fooling me.
Well, thank you for being on the show, guys. We're going to follow this exclusive, like, pay close attention and don't be bamboozled by fake bands on the Warped Tour that are suddenly...
These metaphors are all I got.
But I do want to say that Ron and I are going to start a little progressive comedy tour in May. We're going to do Tempe, Lake Havasu. We're trying to line up a venue in Tucson. And then we're going to go to San Diego starting around May 9th. When we have actual ticket links and stuff, we'll start putting them out on our...
Yes. And also, let's bring up, we're gonna workshop some stuff right here in LA. March 15th, there's a new room in town at the Sycamore Tavern. And upstairs, there's a place called the Dojo. The first ever political night at the Dojo is going to be on March 15th. Graham's going to be on that. I'm going to be on that. Sam Tripoli's doing a set. A bunch of other really funny political comics in the area. Raja Michaels, Lenny Shelton. It's going to be a really fun show. And that's kicking off on March 15th. And then Graham and I are doing some dates in May at Tempe, Lake Havasu, San Diego. And we're thinking maybe Vegas, maybe Tucson. If you have any thoughts on any of the above, let us know. Because we're still booking dates for that.
Yep. So when we get the dates, I'll put them on GrahamElwood.com. You'll put them on your website.
RonPlacone.com.
So we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching the show. And remember, let's make Gotham great again.